because it's so hot, they just get very voluminous. And
Another like voluminous corn.
Voluminous corn.
Oh, that just bursts
Oh my
when
God.
it's so
Exploding over the Midwest.
What is up, everyone? Welcome into this week's morning edition. Here we go. We got Annie Satowski. We got Austin McCullum, who is producer extraordinaire for all of everything digital at Queen City News. We got meteorologist extraordinaire Brandon Lawson.
Oh, yeah.
Head enjoying around. I'm Jason here with you. We got a lot of fun things to talk about. Somehow the things that we can't squeeze into 6 hours of TV each and every day.
You find room.
Somehow we do, right? So, okay. So first off, a couple of things. One, the most thing that I'm excited about this week is the 24 Hours of Booty. It's the 24-hour cycling event for the cancer community. Got a chance to do it last year in honor of my dad, who's a cancer survivor. But we've been talking about this a lot as a station for really the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's finally here, guys.
yeah, it's hard to believe. This was actually one of the first events that I covered when I moved to Charlotte and was working on weekends. So it's really fun to see it 4 years later. And it's their 24th year. And because they are the 24 Foundation, they are doing it up so big.
Right.
Everything they do is a party, from the paddleboard event to the bourbon tasting. They've done superhero runs, rowing events.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to do that one. Yeah, it was fun.
It's insane. It's so fun. And then we love to participate in it. So cannot wait for that this weekend. And Jason, you decided to participate again this year.
It was one of the coolest things I've ever done, and so it's not a race. If it was, I probably would not be doing it.
Would not win.
You can do 1 lap or 1,000 laps. It doesn't matter. I would not win. You're right. But it really is incredible. And go through this Myers Park neighborhood. It's awesome. We're going to show some video here in a second, but I did get a chance to catch up with my good buddy, Spencer Luders, who's the founder. He started this 24 years ago with just an idea, literally an idea to just ride to raise awareness for cancer. Never thought it would turn into this. And so caught up with him on the bike. Take a look.
Slowly but surely, 100 people the first year publicly, and then 250 people, and then 500 people. And it just grew and grew and grew because the magic is in the community. This kind of special experience is 100% in the agency of others. And by building that community, I didn't even think about the results. I was just trying to build the community. I wanted more people to come out and experience what I have experienced.
Well, there you go. Now look what it's turned into.
Yep.
I mean, it's huge. Sir Purr with the Panthers is going to be out there. Guys, what I'm looking forward to is the national anthem is being sung by a 24-year-old girl who just recently got cleared with cancer. We got a 10-year-old who's been battling brain cancer, is the parade marshal. Like, every rider out there is a story. And there's celebration, but there's also people who aren't going to be there this year that were there last year, whose fight was just sometimes too much. And so as much fun as it is to celebrate, it's tough. It's a tough event.
Yeah.
It's really tough. And I think Spencer has said before, because this is a 24-hour event, so you are riding at night. They have everything set up, so you're 1,000% safe. CMPD is involved. But I think he said in that first year, riding alone at night with none of the clearance from the city, that's kind of when it got hardest for him. And he said that was just kind of a moment to reflect on. That pales in comparison to anything that people going through a cancer battle are going through. And I think that people would say the same thing when it gets at night. Although now there's a lot more lights, Jason. You've said that, and just people come out and set up parties and everything. So it's a really cool experience, something that is just very uniquely Charlotte too.
Yeah, I just think it's like neat. Jason, you were kind of telling me about this earlier because this is my first time really seeing it. I mean, I saw it when I was growing up here as a kid, but you're talking about people spending the night just watching things at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, watching this activity go on. I think that's like really neat. And you're saying hydration stations, people were coming out, and just there's so many different activities to get into. Didn't you say it was like a massage?
Well, I mean,
you can get a massage.
Bootyville is sort of the HQ for 24 hours. And so this is right in the middle of Queens University, which is in Myers Park. Beautiful, old school Charlotte, right? Old money. You got these $1 million homes, beautiful university, and it's a 3-mile loop that goes around that area. So if you're a walker, runner, got a stroller, I mean, you know what this area is like. And so what has changed in the 24 years since Spencer started it, Annie, like you said, is at midnight this time around, y'all, last night, I put LED lights on my wheels, right?
Nice.
And so what's
Nice.
going to be cool is this time there's going to be a midnight, I think they're calling it like a midnight rave. And so there's like 30 or 40 people getting together at a certain corner at midnight. We're all going to have Bluetooth speakers. We're going to jam with the same music. You got it. That's it. We're going to have lights going. So that is so opposite from how you were describing what Spencer said 24 years ago. Is if you're riding alone at night at, let's say, 1 a.m, could it be a little scary? Yeah. You're by yourself. You're quiet. You don't have anyone supporting you, cheering you on at those hours. And that is similar to what a lot of families and people that have cancer have felt. And I can't imagine going through any kind of diagnosis, breast cancer, prostate cancer, anything, when you're alone. And so having that support, even if it's a kid in the morning, I was telling Brandon, Saturday morning, there'll be kids out in their PJs with cowbells, ringing them, and they got sleep in their eyes, and they're not even awake, and they're out there cheering you on. So that's the thing is if I can sit on a little bitty tiny bike seat for 24 hours, a little bit of discomfort is nothing compared to what.
And that's what he told you in the interview that you shot when you guys were out riding, was like, it's about these stories. It's about the people that come up to him and say, hey, I'm a survivor, or my sibling or a loved one or someone in my family was. And this organization provided so much support, whether it was financial or helping with the meetings, helping with the doctor's appointments, everything. And I think what you're saying about the 1 a.m. rides, the 2 a.m., those are the stories that kind of give you that little extra, the next pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little extra
Like
there.
that boost.
A little oomph. I'm going to need a little oomph. I don't know. Brandon this morning was talking about the triple digit heat that, first of all, that we've been feeling, but now it's legit. Saturday morning, or at least Saturday, the race goes from 7 p.m. Friday night to 7 p.m. Saturday night. Saturday is going to be a whole nother story. Is that right, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about 100-degree heat. Yeah, literally 100 degrees on the thermometer when it comes down to the air temperature for Saturday. I mean, it's a part of this heat dome that we're getting set up in. You can kind of compare it to the whole bicycle situation here. Whenever you're putting air in your bike tire and you're pumping the air into your tire with the air pump, that compression allows that pump to heat up. Just like our atmosphere, we've got sinking air, and that sinking air compresses the atmosphere and allows it to heat up. So you can kind of compare those two together a little bit. But I just urge everybody to use caution out there. And Jason, you mentioned there's numerous hydration stations that people could stop at. There's a lot of people out there making sure everybody's okay during this. And I always tell people, and I say this quote, and I don't mean it. I know there's people that work outside and have to be out in it, but the heat's only dangerous if you're not taking the proper precautions. If you're drinking water, if you're finding shade, and with all the, folks that are going to be out there helping with this event, Jason, keeping people hydrated, keeping people in breaks and in AC and fans,
right.
Hopefully everything will be okay and everybody will be all right in this heat. I know it's 100-degree heat and get to even just walking outside, but again, I think that everybody for the most part should be okay out there on Saturday, as long as everybody's just taking care of each other.
Well, with it not being a race, there's no reason why you can't just stop. Take a dip for an hour.
Exactly.
Go in the shade, bring
It's not a competition. You're riding for a cause.
No gold medals for passing out.
Well, speaking of competitions, there's a big one coming to Charlotte.
Yes.
That you guys are some of you are very excited for. We're going to talk about it on the other side of Morning Edition right after this.
Welcome back, everyone, to this episode of Morning Edition. We just talked about 24 hours of booty. Jason's going to be riding, and it's going to be a hot weekend, so keep that in mind. It's going to be hot in a lot of kitchens around Charlotte coming up this summer, because I am so excited about this. Season 23 of Bravo's Top Chef is filming in Charlotte. This is so exciting. I can't believe that it's been 23 years. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the show. Just bear with me for a second. So 23 seasons. I started watching this maybe when I was in middle school or high school. I can't remember. Wow. My mom and I were super into it. We threw a Top Chef dinner for our friends with recipes from the cookbook. It was so fun. But for people, this to me is not like your normal cooking show, which can be a little bit corny. We like that, right? This is very serious. We have some of the most prestigious chefs from around the world, Michelin star chefs as the judges. It started on Bravo, or it is on Bravo, and it kind of started with a very typical Bravo feel, a little bit more drama and less cooking, but it has progressed into something that chefs apply to from all over the world. because of the prestige that comes with it. The winners and even the people who don't win, they're just kind of likable and have a good run. They go on to have amazing restaurants and careers. So this is really exciting. And we pulled this video from their social media account of them announcing this the other day. And it's, as you can see, just Carolina's spelled out.
I was wondering how that was.
Different. Yes.
cool.
Like
Look at it.
barbecue. There was peanuts right there. The I later is sweet tea, of course. And they're going to be filming in Greenville as well. And they're going to be up in the mountains. We know that Charlotte has a sneaky food scene and stuff and coming. That's what they say. But but Asheville guys, like,
oh man,
some of their restaurants are incredible.
they are.
Oh, yeah.
What do we think about this?
This is really nice.
I'm and we all know that we're food lovers on this show. We talk about it every chance we get. Even if we're not talking about it, we'll
Every
work
episode.
it into a conversation. I am curious about this because, Austin, I don't know if you guys watch this show as much. I don't as much. I love chef shows, but you got like the Gordon Ramsay kind of stuff. You've got I don't even know. I mean, there's a lot of different ones out there. Chops, I love that one. Yeah, where someone gets kicked off. What's the premise? Is it's still a competition, right?
Yeah, Annie.
It's a competition. So you start off with it varies year by year, but let's say 20 chefs for easy math. You have these different challenges that you're required to make dishes on. So you have a quick fire challenge and then a elimination challenge. So every week chefs are eliminated and it goes on and on like this until there's a winner. But they put them in really unique situations. Like I'm trying to think of an old episode where you're like, okay, chefs, this is a crazy, amazing surfing beach in California. All these surfers are going to be coming in and they want breakfast. They're hungry. Here's some requirements.
Whoa.
And you have to kind of make them. And it's not just like make them food. It's gourmet.
Yeah.
The presentation has to be there.
Yeah.
You've got Chef Tom Colicchio is one of the head judges. He is a restaurateur and has so many restaurants throughout the country, known for seafood and steak. You've got Gail Simmons, who's a food and wine critic.
Wow, you really do know about this show.
He's the expert.
Man, I'm like, are you reading all the credit?
No, I've literally watched every season of this show.
Like,
You
like
be a
the
guest
description of the like show itself.
Yeah, right.
Y'all, if I could be a guest judge on this show,
Putting it out to the universe.
I'm fangirling so hard. But so it just goes on and on. But they have something called Restaurant Wars every season, and it's where they split up the teams. And they have to open up a pop-up restaurant in about 24 hours. And some of the feedback can be brutal. But yeah, it's really fun. It's a little bit more, it's less corny, I would say, than maybe some of your other cooking shows. It's a little bit more serious. So they bring in big names for it.
Odds of them doing a barbecue challenge.
Like
They have
120.
Yeah, they have
Shrimp and
Oh, they
grits.
have to,
Like, what are
sure.
some other things that are Southern inspired? Shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
That are kind of Carolina inspired barbecue. Yeah.
Something with sweet tea, I'm sure. The cool thing is they go to restaurants that are known in the area, or like cool little spots. So I could see them taking a field trip maybe to John G's.
Oh yeah. Is that Peachland, South Carolina?
It might
I
be
always
too
get
far.
confused.
It might be too far, but it's really cool because they go to a lot of hole in the wall spots too to kind of just really, they do a good job of showcasing the local cuisine. I think their last season was in Canada.
That's awesome.
We don't know too much about that, but the season before was in Wisconsin. So it highlighted the cheese. It highlighted the supper clubs that they have there. They highlighted the Madison Food
really
Market.
cool.
I'm really dominating this conversation.
Well, you're the expert.
And that's just thing, but I got a feeling chicken's going to be big in this too.
Yeah.
It comes down to
Has to
here.
be.
I
Yeah.
mean, fried chicken is like
Oh yeah.
incredible in this area. So
I do have a question for you guys though. Like, if you were a chef
Yes.
on any cooking show, doesn't have to be Top Chef,
Uh-huh.
and you had one dish, Austin, you have one dish that we all have to compete against.
Yeah.
Like, what is your thing?
Ooh, that's
your
tough.
dish?
I think I have the one in mind.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one I make for my wife and I, and she really loves it, which is the only judge I need.
Oh, really good.
That's
It's
right.
it's a red pot, so it's just a one pot thing. Chicken thighs, risotto, and it's like this. You get one of the cheese. You get a bunch of like cheese and mix it in there. So like a chicken cheesy risotto. That's my go-to.
Yeah, risotto's a labor.
And they will tell you on Chopped, they're like, don't make risotto. Like that's the death.
Say
the
that to Top
deathbed.
Chef too.
See, because you have to ladle it and it takes so long, and you're never gonna quite get the rice just right.
I bet you do.
I try.
I try.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds.
His
good.
wife thinks he does.
Yeah.
And again, that's all that matters.
Brandon,
All
what
it
about
for
you?
one.
Mac and cheese, man.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a
Oh,
mac and cheese.
man.
Wait,
guy.
baked
Baked mac and cheese, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we can't be making box mac and cheese for a sheep show. No, it's this gotta be baked mac and cheese for sure. And I just think, I mean, mac and cheese is like a huge Southern thing.
You know what?
Yeah, you're right. Mac and cheese, so that might be something on the show. So yeah,
you can judge a lot at like a Thanksgiving or Christmas to who brings the mac and cheese, and
I mean, they have the mac and cheese contest, so I mean,
very true.
Annie, what was your
gosh, probably some kind of taco. I mean, I usually follow recipes, right? So I can I can follow directions on pretty much anything, but tacos, and we've talked about this before, not
no,
Tex-Mex tacos.
There's a phrase for it. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna say.
No, they call them white people tacos. Okay. It's okay. It's the hard shell, it's the ground beef. Yeah.
Like the box, the El Paso.
Yeah,
box?
Just like you buy the kit.
Yeah, that and like a hard shell taco, ground beef, cheese, whatever has its place. I'm gonna make some.
But that's not like authentic.
Like a carnitas taco. I like making a little slaw with like some red cabbage and putting some lime juice over it, a little bit of salt. Just kind of letting that sit a little bit and then putting that on there. I like to put queso on my tacos. Oh, yeah. Just adds it.
Yeah. Why not? You can't have too much cheese, Annie.
Or whatever you want. So I would put some of my tacos.
It's not extra at your house.
No, it's not. It does not cost extra. It's free.
Jason?
I don't know. A bowl of Nutella.
You were like so into it too.
Because I wanted to hear
I was so ready to hear your answer. You're just like, no.
Delicious, whatever Angie made.
Whatever my wife, because she's amazing at it. But I will say one of my go-tos, because I don't have many, but one that I stumbled upon somehow years ago is I love taking like a couple pounds or cups of just summery cherry tomatoes. I like the multicolored ones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Roast them till they burst, like they're popping open. I get 2 or 3 balls of burrata.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yep.
This is taking a turn that I like.
Take a couple balls of burrata, put an X across them so that the top peels open.
Mm-hmm.
I dump the roasted tomatoes all over the top of it, and then I make a homemade, like a pesto.
Oh.
With like some nuts in it, homemade pesto, and you pour that on top of all of it. Right?
You said you didn't have
it. You did, and then I'll make like some crostini bread or something. And it's like a dip. I'm telling you, it is the best like summer.
Yes,
kind of. It is so
easy, but big wow factor.
The Harper burrata. I'm down for it. Yeah,
invite us over sometime.
I'm so
gladly
hungry now.
I feel like I need to like spice up my mac and cheese now. we got Andy making the tacos, pouring stuff on top of the tacos, and Jason's talking about how he's making them. He's pouring stuff. So
we're gonna have like a
good. I'm gonna have to get like some 2-layer mac and cheese, right? And put like Saturday cheese on top of it. Maybe I've got good seasoning. I got a lot of seasoning that I put in the mac and cheese too.
A good mac and cheese is a support beam.
It really is
for a family meal. I'm just saying,
it is the whole family together.
It is, and your stomachs.
It just warms your heart.
Man. It could bring your stomach. I like that.
Well, speaking of warm,
yeah,
we talked about the booty, right? 24 hours of booty coming up. That's warm.
It's hot.
It's gonna be hot in the kitchen. And there's a reason why it's hot in the South, right? And we've been talking triple digits. Coming up, we're going to talk about something that I don't think Annie had ever heard of. And every time I said it on the show, that little giggle right there.
Oh,
corn sweats. Coming up right after this. All right, welcome back. So we were talking about how hot it was this morning. Brandon was giving us the 5 days of triple digits we got coming up. And I mentioned something that I guess caught Annie off guard, who, by the way, went to college in Iowa. Should know about it.
She should know.
I should.
It's called corn sweats. What is Austin?
I'm just checking.
Don't be smelling this, brother.
We're good right now.
Did you have a lot of corn yesterday, or
no?
Man,
not yet. There's
still
time.
What do you guys think it is?
I mean, if I'm going to be logical, it's getting so hot that the corn is sweating because there's lots of moisture in those little kernels, right? And when you get like the really good corn that just like it bursts.
Yeah.
And that's like the best corn ever because it's so hot. They just get very voluminous. And
voluminous corn.
Voluminous corn.
Oh, that just burst when it's so
exploding over the Midwest.
Voluminous corn.
I just thought it was you just sweat so bad you just kind of smell
like corn.
Corn chips?
Yeah. Brandon, you got to school us. What are we talking about here?
The funny thing is, like, we were talking about this yesterday in our newsroom, and I was like actually kind of shocked at how many people didn't know, because the ones that didn't know are from the Midwest, like from up there in that area.
Not from the Midwest.
Well, not from there, but hey, was been there.
All I knew
lived
was it
there
got
for
hot.
a little bit. No, it's hot, and
So what is it?
Yeah,
Brandon?
explain, please.
So all
Oh, here we
that's
go.
happening
Let's go to
here
class.
is evapotranspiration.
Wait. Oh,
Transpiration.
it is.
So basically,
It is evapo.
literally what's happening, the corn, as Annie described, I mean, it's essentially sweating. It's a water-intensive
was right.
plant. It sweats. It releases a lot of water. And what ends up happening is when you're putting water on those plants like that, as the corn is sweating, that water has to go somewhere. So what ends up happening is that water evaporates into the atmosphere, and then that moisture goes out into the atmosphere and increases the moisture levels of the atmosphere. So just like our body sweat, when we sweat, evaporation happens because that sweat is evaporating from our skin. That evaporation helps us cool down. However, on like real muggy days, we don't evaporate that sweat very well because there's so much moisture in the atmosphere. But corn is essentially just doing the same thing that our bodies do. It's sweating, and then it releases that water out into the atmosphere, and then eventually that water makes its way out. And that's why that increases the moisture levels over there. So this can cause local heat index values or feels like temperatures to actually be higher in that area just because there's a locally high increase in moisture because of the corn.
So the corn actually looks sweaty?
Yeah, I mean, literally. So like,
It's adding to the heat.
Okay.
So essentially,
I knew it felt hotter by the cornfields. No, I'm not kidding.
Is that what it is?
Well, the thing is, the corn, it's basically absorbing large amounts of water from the soil through its roots.
Right.
And as it does that, it releases that water out into the atmosphere because the water has to go somewhere.
Okay.
So that's essentially just what's happening.
Which is what makes corn voluptuous.
Yeah.
Voluminous.
Or voluminous. Sorry, very different. Very
That's the word.
different word. I got my words mixed up.
I mean, it's not.
You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
I mean,
The corn can be
That's
voluptuous.
some curvy corn.
that's some curvy corn.
Curvy kernels.
Man, I got to turn my fan. I just got hot in here.
Season.
I got hot in here. Okay, so that's really the Midwest is known for the corn sweat. So let's make this more local.
Yes.
Is there something in the Carolinas, Brandon? I mean, we do have corn here, but not as much as the Midwest, right? Is there something in North Carolina that would do a similar thing that absorbs moisture, then spits it kind of back out?
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, because we're already muggy in general. The problem is like, up there, sometimes they don't get the mugginess or they don't get the abundance of moisture from the Gulf. And so, like, we're already dealing with dew points in the 70s. If we did have big corn farms, I'm not necessarily sure it would add much to what we're already seeing in the atmosphere in regards to moisture. Because eventually you can get too much moisture. I mean, if you get so much moisture in the atmosphere, the corn's not going to be able to release, the atmosphere is not going to be able to take it anymore eventually. Again, that's what happens to our bodies. When our bodies sweat, the sweat evaporates. But when there's too much moisture in the atmosphere, we can't evaporate that sweat. That's why when it's real humid and real hot, like real humid days, our body just excessively sweats. That's why we have feels-like temperatures. That's why we can get too hot because our body is sweating, right? We're profusely sweating that sweat out. However, that sweat's not evaporating from our skin because the atmosphere can't take anymore. So I can't imagine that, if we're growing a bunch of corn here in the Carolinas, that the atmosphere would really want to pack more moisture at all anyway.
So the 24 hours of duty is going to be
roasty.
Right. Jason's going to be sweating.
I'm going to smell like corn. Popping. I'm going to be voluminous and voluptuous.
Yeah. We're all just going to be...
that.
We're all just going to be smelling you when you're out there. He's like,
great.
dude, we smell corn.
just five him as he goes by from a distance. Hey, good job.
Oh,
Gosh. Now we know what the corn sweats are.
Yeah, I mean,
learned something.
Literally, it's just sweating and releasing that water into the atmosphere.
This
taking us to school, Brandon.
brought to you by Pinpoint Weather University.
Literally.
Thank you, Brandy.
That's the man. All right. Well, there we go. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready for fall. So no more corn sweats. I'll take meat sweats.
Yes.
And are there other sweats?
I think
those
corn
are
and meat.
sweats.
That's it. Corn and meat.
Those are all short
Night sweats, like when you're...
Okay, night sweats.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, what are all the sweats? I never thought about it.
We'll do that Tuesday.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's another conversation down the road. Well, listen, I'm glad we all got to hang out and talk a lot of fun things today. Alton, Brandon, thanks for being a part of this. Until next time, have a great day. Have a great week. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Stay cool.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.